Y'all haven't downloaded the app yet?
Y'all go download the Passport Bros app, man. Shout out to BMT. Shout out to the Passport Bros, man. This is something special. Everybody should get on it. We got our own social network now.
All right, man. Look, I don't know. Y'all missing out, man. Look, if you want any information, if you want to be a part of a community, be a part of like a brotherhood, man, and people watch out for you, whereas entrepreneurs, YouTubers, or anything you really want to get into, man, y'all need to download that app, man. Passport Bros.
Only Passport Bro app, download it. BMC dropping a platform for everybody to be social on. So get that, copy that.
All right, man. It's your boy Average Man Unplugged. Make sure you hit the Passport Bro app. We got all our content on there. We got our own network now, you guys. All right. So go check that out, man. Passport Bro app. Make sure you download it.
Make sure to check out the official Passport Bros merch store. I gotta give me some merch, bro. I gotta get some Black Knowledge merch.
All right. And we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. We got a great show today. I got my man, Real Talk New York, my dude, Kel, Waffle Tarver in the building, the crypto hater.
Put my money back in my pocket. Let me put my money back in my pocket. What's good? What's going on, brother?
What's good, bro? I
Chilling,
got a lot of
man.
new subscribers lately, so I just wanted to give you guys a little history. All right, we was doing crypto shows back in I think 2021, right, Kev?
Yep. Yes, sir.
And they were doing good, man. We built up our audience, but for whatever reason, we couldn't coordinate the schedules together. We had my man Kev, we had my man Bitcoin Bobby, Satoshi Steve, who was going back and forth. Kev is not in favor of the crypto guy, the crypto bros. I'm kind of in between. I'm a little bit in the middle. I mean, I did lose a lot of money, unfortunately, with crypto, but we're going to have a panel today. We're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. The title of the show is Should Passport Bros Invest in Crypto? Welcome to the show, Kev.
What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man?
I see you over there, smooth sailing out there. I see
man.
you.
Trying just juicing, man. Trying to stay healthy, man. Health is wealth, brother.
Oh, that's that Cali stuff right there.
Yes,
nice
sir.
juicing, doing your yoga out there.
Nah, we ain't doing no yoga, man. We just juicing though. We juicing, trying to do something. What's going on, man? So I see Bitcoin up, man. I got the call, so I love this.
Let's show some numbers right off the rip. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got a few numbers here. So I mean, at one point, Kev, Bitcoin was at what, like 68, 64, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now got some decent numbers here. Ethereum is at 1,800. I think Ethereum might got to what, 2,400. I think
so. I think that was the high. Was 24.
Yeah. But you have been adamantly against guys putting all their balls in one basket, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And for the people who haven't seen the other videos and shows we've done before, man, it's really the guys, the quote unquote guru guys, the guys who are,
Oh, my bad. It got the 4,300 actually.
4,300. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. But for those guys who are, quote unquote the gurus of crypto, and they out there trying to finesse guys into getting into coins and just promising a dream, without even understanding the knowledge behind what's going on in the market and why it's doing what it's doing. And for the guys that understand crypto, understand the market, and understand why crypto actually moves, because there's nothing really, and this is what I've said in every video that I've done with you. There's nothing behind it. There's nothing behind it. Nothing behind crypto to push it. What's giving it value? It's based
Well,
on.
hold on, Kev. What gives it value is the fact it's decentralized and you can move it without interference from government powers. That's kind of what
Well,
people would like to utilize it for. For example, if I'm here in Colombia, you're there in Cali.
mhm.
If I want to send you $3,500, it's somewhat of a process. It's not too hard,
Mhm.
but of course, it's going to get reported and all kinds of stuff. Whereas if I give you $3,500 worth of Bitcoin, you'll get it pretty much instantly.
Yeah, but on the back end of that, if I try to move that out to cash or any type of fiat, I'll get binged on the backside. So I still got to pay
Mm.
taxes on that money, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that taxes then go back to the centralized government, which makes it centralized. You know what I'm saying? So at
Mm-hmm.
one time it was decentralized and when it was at its peak, but now it's centralized and banks can get into it and manipulate it. Then once you have that access to where even the forex market, the stock market, we don't control it, but to understand it and why it's going up right now. Why is it going up right now? Why is Bitcoin going up right now? Why did it choose to go up in October and November in these months? And that's because the reality of it is Bitcoin goes up when traffic and movement of Bitcoin ceases, right? When there's less exchange of Bitcoin, the price what goes up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how we understand that. So now with the availability of cash, and especially in the U.S. economy, I don't know how it is in Medellin. You live in a good life down there, but in the U.S. right now, cash is burning right now. People are running through their
Mm-hmm.
savings. People at an all time high right now. Repos at an all time high. People getting kicked out of evictions at an all time high because the cash cow that we had during the pandemic is gone now. You know what I mean? We sending 100 million to Russia like every other week. I mean to Ukraine like every other week, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
people are frustrated. People don't know what to do. So now we're about to go into the holiday season. Student loans just came back. You know what I mean? So that 2 years you had off, now you got to get that back, and you got that payment got to come out. Groceries is double, triple times. Gases, we had $7 out here in Cali, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to think about that, and people are really now not moving money as much as they used to, right? And not buying as much. Right now the numbers are going to be skewed as far as the economy because we're going into the holiday season. But once the new year flips over and those jobs start to drop out, because them seasonal jobs, them little Walmart seasonal jobs, and them little, what I mean, them jobs, them Black Friday jobs, they're gonna be all gone. So now you're gonna have an economy that's gonna now become stale and stagnant, and you're gonna have crypto shoot up like it did before. And if you own it, you own it. I'm happy for you. Take that ride, bro. But as soon as the economy starts to flip and cash becomes readily available again, we're gonna see a demise. And you can easily see that. The charts will tell you that when everything was good and everybody had cash in their pocket and we were sending Bitcoin all over the world, that joint was tanking, tanking, tanking. Now everybody tight. It's no money. I gotta hold tight now. Bitcoin shooting. So people understand that and they're cashing in right now, and I'm happy for you. But on a long term scale, you're really basing this off of an economy, the US economy, and how it wins and falls. And if you can time it out right, go for it. If you can't, you're just another, I guess, just
So,
loser, I
so,
guess.
so, so, are you basically saying this is more like a short-term flip, in your opinion, than a long-term investment?
I think it's more of a short term flip. And you have to really base it. You have to really follow the money. What I'm saying is, um, the economy is known. The big wigs and the people who make money in this economy and in this country have known this thing 18 months ago. What's going to happen now, right? That's why you saw last year when I was on your show and I started talking about the Wahlbergs and the Walmarts, they start taking their money out of it, they start cashing on their stocks, and then 6 months later, we see a record number of Walmarts closing, right? So they understand what's happening is going to happen to the economy. So what I'm saying is, if you understand that Bitcoin shoots when the economy starts to stale out and get stagnate, because even at the beginning of the pandemic, when we didn't know what was going to go on in the U.S. and everything was starting to shut down, people didn't have money, they didn't announce the stimulus checks yet. Bitcoin was shooting. That's when we was having our
Mm-hmm.
shows. He was like, "Yo, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency is gonna save us. It's decentralized." And then as soon as that money started coming out, what we saw that, ooh, nice little. And I only know this, bro, because I really trade and I look at the market on a day to day basis and I understand it. But for the average person coming in, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Bitcoin shooting." But now you don't have cash to jump in Bitcoin, right? You're like, "Dang, I ain't got that." But for the guys who were patient and waited, salute to you, bro. But like I said, this is a short-term play. As soon as the money becomes readily available, we seeing what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and all that, and they trying to stir that pot, and who knows what's going to happen with that. But we know what happens when we have an economic downturn of the dollar. Something drastic start happening. 9/11, rest in peace. God forbid anything drastic, but we see the things going on in other countries, and we have interest in, and that just kind of stirs the pot. But back to the reality of it, crypto I think is a short-term play. Get your money, move it into something real estate, of course, stocks, bonds, anything, precious metals. Just use it for what it is. You know what I mean? Ride that wave, and when you've had enough, or you got your limit, you got your fill, move on to the next thing, fellas. Don't think this is gonna save you and your end or be all, man, because it's not. And we could clearly see it in the charts. And I wish, Bobby was here, but it is what it is. He always somewhere else riding horses. I don't know, man.
Shout out to
I don't know.
Bitcoin Bobby, man. Shout out to
I don't know,
Bitcoin
man.
Bobby.
He said he on
That's
his way
my
to
dog.
Medellin, so holla at me. Let me know when he get there, man.
I got you. I got you. I want to give a shout out to my man Zoo Travels in the building. He says one of the best ways to protect yourself from inflation if you understood the economic cycle. He's talking about crypto. What do you say to that?
To protect yourself from inflation, I mean, he has a point, but at the end of the day, we still value Bitcoin by the dollar. So it is what it is. If you cash in a dollar, it's still gonna be what it's worth based on inflation. So yeah, you could probably put it in there, and but Bitcoin is Bitcoin, whatever you cash it out as. So even if you have, millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, it's still millions of dollars, and that's still going to be affected by inflation. So it's a facade, basically, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, it's a facade. You know what I'm saying? It says any event that demands.
Hold on. I got from Stoic Swarty says crypto is here to stay. It's the new financial system. This dude is lost. We got to say that, Kev.
Okay, let me say this. What's the current financial system? What's the current financial system? What is it? It's give and take, right? We barter with each other. That's how we make money. I buy high, I buy low, sell high, right? It's the same thing we're doing with Bitcoin. What system is not revolutionizing anything? If anything, it's allowing more people to buy into the system to build it up to then so people can make more money off of it. So you're not changing the system. All you're doing is, at the end of the day, if you get rich off Bitcoin, you're going to put that Bitcoin into whatever fiat currency, or you're going to try to trade that Bitcoin for whatever resources you need. That's all it is. We're still doing the same system. And once you understand how the economics work and how the system work, then you understand that you can use Bitcoin to your advantage. But we're not changing the system, bro. We're going to do the same system. You need Bitcoin to buy. If you want to go to Thailand and you need Bitcoin, you want to go book your house and they take Bitcoin, you're going to give them your Bitcoin, right? And they're going to give you a reservation. Same thing with fiat, same thing with anything else we do, or separate credit. Credit is a whole different animal. We're not going to get into that, but that's
but you did say at one point you had some crypto yourself, right?
I still do. I still do. I own I gotta look at my phone, but I own some Bitcoin. I think I'm at like maybe $2,500 worth of Bitcoin. I got some Ethereum. Got a couple coins. I'm not a hardcore dude. I'm really a buy and hold dude by nature. So I just got into those simple coins. I'm not knocking anybody that invests in Bitcoin. I want you to get your bread. I want you to be successful, but I want you to really know what it is that you're getting into, and know what it is and know the signs to see when to get in, when to get out, and when to get in and really make that money to take it higher. So.
Oh man, they own you in the comment section. I dropped the link so I can pull up. Ant says, no, bro. All countries are moving to asset-based. Bitcoin is going to zero. Enjoy it while you can. Okay, so he's on your side actually. Okay, that's he's on your side.
Asset-based.
Moochie T, there are Bitcoin ATMs all over the place. Bitcoin is here to stay with just more regulation. That's what he says.
Regulation equals what? Centralization. That's all it is, man. The banks are gonna manipulate the price. And once you get into that, it's just another story.
I thought they couldn't do that though.
Well, how can they? How can't they? They'll figure
I
it
thought
out.
It was like the blockchain and all this bullshit.
Yeah, it is the blockchain, But again, it comes down to if you own enough Bitcoin and Bitcoin rises and falls by movement, if you cease the movement, right, you essentially take part of the Bitcoin out of the equation. So you can manipulate that market, right? So if I let's say just for example, because it hasn't hit 100% yet, let's say I own 40% of Bitcoin and the rest is out there in circulation, and I cease to move my Bitcoin, that's going to affect Bitcoin's price if it moves, fluctuates by movement, right? And then if I have a friend over here, so if I'm Kevin Bank and it's you, Passport Bros Bank, and I'm like, you got 20%, and you like, hey, look, I want Bitcoin to drop so we can catch it on the way back up, or I want Bitcoin to go up now at this point price. When I'm gonna holler at you and say, hey, yo, stop moving your Bitcoin. Price is gonna start to dwindle. Then I go holler at Woodaroo. So now we own as a conglomerate. Nobody really knows, but we own now. Say we own 70% of Bitcoin. Other 30% is floating around and regular people and all that stuff. But now if we seek to move, we can control that price. And then once we start to move, maybe even amongst ourselves, then that price will go up. That's how you control it, bro.
Man, I should have worn my glasses for this episode.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm trying
bit
to
over here with it, man. A little bit over here with it.
my bad, bro.
But
I'm
we
just
gonna
trying to
rock with
explain
it.
to you, like, I'm just trying to explain to you how this game is played and how at one point it was what they say it was. I'm not going to refute that. Like Bitcoin was that thing, that decentralized free movement. But once you start to equate freedom, when you start to freedom is equal to finances. That's just what it is. If you got more finances, you're more free, right?
Right.
And once the government catches wind of that, this is what it is. They want their peace. That's all it comes down to. But I'm just trying to explain to you, bro, like that's the movement. The movement of the market contributes to the price. Once movement starts to slow, price goes higher. So if you're a bank and you own it, like you said, a lot of these banks are going and buying bunches of Bitcoin at one time. So
Aunt Sam, he says they destroy the Bitcoin mining machines if they don't shut it down voluntarily.
I mean,
So what do you suggest that what's the main vehicle do you suggest that brothers invest in to be able to, let's say, get out the 9 to 5 game a little early?
I mean, there's so many things you can do. I mean, I'm starting a juicing business, bro. I mean, there's so many things you can do. I think you just have to really, first and foremost, understand marketing and understand how to get your product or whatever you want to do. I mean, videos, YouTube. I mean, there's so many things guys can do. But I think you just got to have a plan of action of where you want to be and how you want to live your life first, and be realistic with it. You know what I mean? If you're a guy who want to live outside the country, you have to have means and ways of doing that, of making money here or online, and being realistic about it. Not just being like, I got something for 6 months and then I'll see what it is after that. You got to have a craft. You know what I'm saying? Something that you can really, um, really do from anywhere. You know what I mean? And when I was traveling like that, that's what I was looking for too, and I just ended up staying. Couldn't find it. So
Good point. Good point. I want to give a shout out to my dude Drew G in the building. He says, "Can you ask your guest how he feels about Michael Saylor investment strategy with Bitcoin and the company MicroStrategy? Are you familiar with Michael Saylor?"
I'm not familiar with Michael at all, or with the company. I'm sorry, Drew.
I believe I think I know who you're talking about because he has like a little boat in the background. He's always promoting Bitcoin pretty heavy, actually. He's you got a lot of guys who are wealthy entrepreneurs. They've been in the game for a long time, and they pretty much hate banks because banks and lawyers kind of have created this system of corruption, in my opinion. Bankers make it, lawyers take it, right? So if I ever suggest anybody go to school, if you want to make money going to school, I would suggest being some form of a lawyer or some form of a banker, besides tech and all that other bullshit. But I'm just saying in general, if you want to see the guys at the top who's corralling all those resources and all that money off legal scamming, basically, then look at your bankers and your damn lawyers.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to my lawyer. I love my lawyers though, but
yeah.
I can't stand them at the same goddamn time. Shout out to D South Crown 35 in the final super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. His Bitcoin has a better overall return than the USD or gold ever since its conception. You might be kind of right about that, Kev. BlackRock is close to making a Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin is here to stay. What you got to say about that, brother? Appreciate the super chat, by the way, D South.
Shout out to D South, man. You know, I I would love to say that he says Bitcoin is overall return has a better return than U.S. dollar or gold since its inception, and you're right. He's absolutely right. It has had a better return. But
Mm-hmm.
again, look at its inception. The dollar and gold. Um, when we were using it, we weren't even ways to track that information, but um,
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin has moved fast and made money fast, and I think its inception had a lot to do with that. But I think as it starts to flow, we're going to really see that guys don't. It's not going to be what you think it's going to be. You don't. It's not still not a free flowing market. It's not like that. You know what I mean? And you got, and especially now you're mentioning BlackRock, which is, those guys are the biggest. They come and take everything. They sweep through and they snatch up everything when they want to. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Bitcoin. People,
Mm.
companies, huge governments starting to really buy up Bitcoin to control it.
Man, they must be scared of you, Kev, because I mean they're making all types of comments, but they're afraid to pull up
Okay.
on you, bro.
Hey, it's
I
whatever.
got Bucci T says, assuming that what he's saying is true, how is that any different from the stock market? There will always be some degree of manipulation in any financial or derivative markets. The solution is not to sit out.
And he's absolutely right. It's no different than the stock market. The stock
Okay.
market is manipulated. Banks manipulate the stock market, lawyers to the stock market. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's just that we're not in those conversations as retail investors. We take the ride. So we're investing in a company that makes a product or a service or does something,
Mm-hmm.
right? We believe in that company, what they're going to do. So we're not even involved in the day-to-day operations of that company. We don't know what goes on in those boardrooms. We don't make the decisions. We don't spend the budgets. We don't do any of that stuff. So for us, we're just along for those rides with promises or guarantees based on performance, based on previous results. That's all we got to go off of. With Bitcoin, we don't really have. I mean, it's been around, for a few years now, but we don't have any previous results. We don't know where the market's going to go. We don't know a cap. We don't know anything as um, to the stabilization, the real stabilization of where the market is going to go. So if I go to Coca-Cola, I could look back and say they've been doing this since what 1918 or whatever. I'm making the number up, but since then they have guaranteed, boom, 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 boom. I know how many people drink Coke in Mexico because I've been there. It ain't, it's booming. You know what I mean? It's a pandemic, so I know if I want to put my money somewhere to make money, I'm gonna go with that. You know what I mean? So it's give and take, man. Making money, someone's always going to make money off you. So you just got to give and take it that way.
It's funny you mentioned Coca-Cola as one of the, one of the biggest uh, corporations in the world, but they started out putting cocaine in their drinks, basically. Got the whole society hooked on it, but the brand still survived. So when
Hmm.
people say stuff about passport, bros, I'm just like, bro, you got it. Most major corporations have some type of backlash. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
saying?
mean look at Bush, look at Bud Light. Was it Bud Light? Budweiser?
Mm-hmm.
They can't sell beers right now. They put the LGBTQ person on as one of their main spokesperson.
Mm-hmm.
Company's about to go bankrupt at one point. Nobody can sell. They couldn't sell a beer.
Mm-hmm.
People just stopped. The guy stopped buying them. It's like, yo, we're not supporting that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rednecks down here drink Budweiser, but it's done. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna Jumpman says the difference is government can print money infinitely. They can't pull that shit with crypto, fam.
and you're right. But this crypto does have a cap though, right? There's a lot of cap to crypto. It doesn't go on forever. But you are absolutely right. And those are things that fuel inflation. So
Mm-hmm.
shout to Biden, man. He out there sending that bag, man.
Sleepy
Sleepy
Joe.
Joe. Sleepy
Sleepy
Joe,
Joe.
man. He's sleeping sending that bag, man.
Man, Sleepy Joe
So,
something else, bro. He's like one of the reasons everybody trying to leave America.
bro, it's
You got
bad.
the most powerful man in the world who can't come up with a decent sleep schedule. But anyway, uh, we got
I
Ant
do like
saying in the building.
104, man. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah,
It's
they
crazy.
yeah, they bugging on that. And they got
Hey,
the vice president. All the vice president do is just try to get Africa to go the LGBT route. That's her main objective, basically. She's just over there in Africa, just she don't even be trying to trade. She be like, look, we'll give you $30 billion if you legalize, that shit.
That's crazy.
Anyway, we're not getting too deep into the politics. We can go full left on American politics.
Exactly.
But Ant Sim says, I got something to confess. He said, I sold all my Bitcoin way too early at 12K, shaking my head. So that's why he's adamantly against Bitcoin right now. So he made that bet. I know I bought in because Bitcoin Bobby, who is not here. Shout out to my dude Bitcoin Bobby. He pulling up on me tonight, actually. Oh no, yeah, tonight he gonna be pulling up on me. But he just kept on me, man. He was like, man, you need to invest. And I had capital at the time. I was top heavy with capital. So I was like, you know what? Let me push a little money. And then as soon as I invested, I think I came in at 29. Came in at like 29, and then 32, then 34. And I bought more at 38. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, I bought an Ethereum at, I believe, $150, $145. So that was like my biggest flip.
Okay.
That's still been pretty much good. But when we was living high, when I was in Brazil, we was all living high on the beach, dapping each other up, high five, crypto bros. And then by the time I got to Thailand, it was like,
Lord,
crypto bros.
Oh Lord.
Hey, but guys, if you got some pro crypto guys in the building, pull up, man. Kev ain't gonna bite you too hard, man. Kev ain't gonna DDT you too bad.
I ain't on that, bro. I want everybody, I really want everybody just to be educated on the economics. I know there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff out there, bro. But you gotta really just follow the money. Just follow where the money is going, man.
Bro, it's so much scams going on out here. It was
crazy, bro.
A woman just got exposed. She was going around saying she had 100 trucks and all this shit, and she just got exposed for just being her whole. I don't remember her name, but it was a sister, and
she was doing like the automated truck stuff.
No, she was doing the pay her money, the whole consultation things and all that bullshit. But it turns out it was all like, just a finesse scam. And that's like scamming is his own industry right now. It's his own industry right now, which is crazy.
It's just it's the nature of the beast, man. I mean, all the celebrities getting locked up, going to jail, all this stuff, taking money. I mean, it's sure. I mean, I knew during the pandemic because I knew I'm like, when everything shut down, people gonna get desperate, and I could see like even from like social media, and I know people aren't making money like that. So what are people doing? Like what are OnlyFans start popping out and all this other stuff? But what are people gonna do? And people still want to maintain their lifestyle, bro.
So I'm gonna do a whole show about the OnlyFanners. I gotta do a whole show about
bro. You gotta speak. I know we ain't on this topic, bro.
This is
but
crazy.
You got what's up with that Joe Smith joint, man? That Joe Smith. I seen the video. I was like, bro.
Yeah, the thing about the West that has, besides the Western media and all that other bullshit, the validation that men in the West do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit hurts because I know it's a big difference between men overseas, and the reason why a lot of guys are leaving the West is because of the over validation we give all women in the States.
Oh really?
Okay. So if she's 500 pounds or some bullshit, she'll have 600-some thousand subscribers on Instagram, and she'll have an OnlyFans, right? If she's a midget, she'll have an OnlyFans. If she's anything, she would have an OnlyFans. It's just too much validation. And when I saw Cameron, I seen your man's Cameron from Harlem, from Harlem, B.
That's what all them dudes do, bro.
Yeah, he's validating Joe Smith's old ass ex porn star wife. I'm just sitting here like, bro, that's the problem right there.
Bro, he not valid.
You have motivated all the other women who's in her position, who's older, to do the same shit.
What he doing is, I'm gonna tell you, bro. That's what Harlem dudes do. You don't get it, and it's the thing that make it funny. He trolling her for real, because that's what we do.
Man, he
Look,
wasn't
bro.
trolling her, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. He was
He was impressed by
trolling her,
them
bro.
old joints.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, he
All
was
right, hold
trolling her,
on.
bro. What's good?
I want to
That was
welcome RKE. Is that it? RKE.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. RKE. It's an
Now,
initialization.
okay, now are you a crypto bro, or you just kind of like against crypto?
I think crypto is brilliant stuff. I think it's wonderful stuff. I think the
Uh
problem
oh,
is that people
Kev,
get.
you got your first opponent for the day.
Nah,
I feel that the problem is that people get caught up in the hype of what they see on news, social media, things like that, instead of actually doing thorough research.
yes, sir.
The
Mhm.
I don't hold any Bitcoin. I'm a fan of like the Ethereum ecosystem and everything that's a part of that. I try to explain to people when you see Ethereum, it's not just a currency like Bitcoin. It is a massive computer, more or less, a decentralized computer that you can build things on top of it. And that's what's been going on top of actual finance transactions and things of that sort. So when I tell people, if you're looking at wanting to try and look at something long term, that's not just a peer-to-peer payment system, which was the original intention of Bitcoin. If you read the original white paper from Satoshi of what Bitcoin was originally supposed to be, it was supposed to be something to combat PayPal, more or less, because he had his stuff shut down by PayPal and he hated PayPal.
Mhm.
But what Ethereum does is that it's that, but it's also a decentralized computer where you can create applications, where you can also create ownership and create an idea of digital scarcity, which creates a whole new market in of itself. This idea of digital scarcity. I know some people think like, oh, you can just right click it and own it that way, but it's not true ownership in that regard. And some of this stuff is already starting to be applied and creating like a mixed reality type of ownership. A great website, Blockbar, for example, is that you buy the digital product, but you own the actual bottle of a limited run liquor, because liquor is a commodity that can be traded and sold, especially limited releases. Or if you go to like whiskey auctions and things like that, right? So you can own the digital commodity of it, but then when you're ready to own the physical bottle, you can burn that commodity and they will send you the actual bottle. Otherwise, at that point, it'll just be stored for you to sell to someone else, more or less. That's like just a little example of that. And then, yeah, I tell people that if you want to see the larger picture of Ethereum, and in this regard, you have to look at it through the infrastructure. So Ethereum is like that layer one. Then you have something like Polygon or Atrium or Optimism, which is layer two, that you can invest in that's at a cheaper price than Ethereum if you don't want to go for the higher cost of a full Ether coin. Or you can go for a company, say like Tailcoin, which is getting into or has gotten into the remittance market. And I'm not trying to shill, but a great example of what they're trying to do is that they're trying to go up against the likes of MoneyGram, Western Union. Of course, people talk about XRP a lot because XRP is working with MoneyGram as an example. But I tell people these crypto companies don't have to take the whole pie of remittances, for example. They just have to get a small share of it. And if you're in it and you're a part of it, the riches off of that are exponential. And I tell folks like these smaller companies are starting to make big waves because they're making connections with mobile network operators. Because a lot of these countries, especially African nations, for example, a lot of Africans don't have bank accounts, or they use mobile network operators as a form of a bank account to pay their bills. Say, for example, in Kenya with like M-Pesa, right? So if you have a company, say like Tailcoin or XRP, who are both in these African markets for remittances and utilizing blockchain transaction technology to A, have fast transactions, and B,
Mhm.
lower costs, which will cut down significantly compared to the robbers of like Western Union and MoneyGram, where if you start to send $100 to say somewhere in Africa, to a country in Africa, on top of that $100 you're paying like $40 extra for that conversion fee. You know what I mean? While compared to using something like XRP, Telcoin, something like that has utility, not just something that is speculatory.
that fee is cut down significantly from like, you know, 100, like not 100, but like $50 to maybe 10 or 5 or even less than that. I think that the problem is that a lot of people just miss out on these things because they don't have these, you know, massive, you know, markets or marketers behind them, venture capitalist money and stuff like that. But they're making the progress and the steps there. Of course, everyone knows about XRP, but a lot of people don't know about Telcoin. But Telcoin has been slowly working its way through the system. They've actually been working with regulators over in Nebraska as well to create a bank charter for digital assets. And then on top of that, they're part of like, you know, the GSMA, which is the largest mobile operator group on the planet, pretty much. Like these smaller companies that, you know, people may not have heard of, they're creating blockchain to be more than just speculatory, but actual utility. And that's where I think the next step of the markets are going to go. Like, okay, you have blockchain technology, cool. Because, you know, all these like big stock investors have kind of moved on from blockchain, right? They're all talking about AI these days. But the thing now is that it's all about utility. What can this do? What can this thing do that can make, you know, blockchain decentralization attractive? And you're starting to see these smaller companies are starting to say, hey, we've been plowing away for years now, dealing with, you know, all the drama and everything like that, but we're still here. And now we're finally starting to see the results of this, you know, like, you know, this hard labor that these guys have been doing of actually creating decentralized networking and decentralized finance and things like that. And then that's just finance. We ain't even talking about, you know, things like decentralized storage, which is still early days, but it's there, you know, stuff like Filecoin and storage. They've been around since like the early IPO boom back in like 2017, 2018, but they're still working on the technology and it's getting better and better and better. And everyone was kind of making fun of the whole Web 3.0 stuff. The same thing happened when Bill Gates was talking about computers in general, and then talked about how people were talking about the internet. They made fun of that. And, you know, they'll make fun of this. They'll make fun of Web 3.0 because it's early days and it's like not fully solidified yet. But the foundation is slowly being, you know, put in place. And once that progress hits, people won't even know what Web 3.0 is, because look what happened when Web 2.0 happened. The people gave Web 2.0 its name well after it was already here with the social networking and social media and all that stuff like that.
You talking about this tailcoin right here?
Yeah, correct. That one. Mm-hmm.
What is that? Negative? What is that? 24? What's that? What's the price on that?
That is a pretty much a fraction of a penny right now. That's pretty much at about let's say yeah, so not even at a penny, more or less. And that's more or less due to their high supply count. But what is making it very interesting is the fact that they're getting a lot of mobile network operator partners on board, and they're most likely starting or focused in Africa, because they're one of the major sponsors and also major keynote speakers at GSMA Kigali that happened over in Rwanda. That happened about a couple weeks ago, about financial tech and mobile money and things like that. And so they have people from MasterCard on this board. They have people from like a former SEC lawyer is on this board. Like, these guys are not playing around. They want to be compliant. They're not trying to be shifty or anything. They, they're trying not to get caught up in legal stuff, trying to have an FTX situation. Like, these guys are going the long haul on wanting to make something substantial and cut into that remittance market that's dominated by the likes of MoneyGram and Western Union.
It like it shot up and went down really fast, but like in a week it just shot down.
Yeah, it hit up to around 6 cents back in that COVID boom when everything was going hot in the market. And you can more or less, for a lot of these smaller projects, you can see a similar trend across a lot of these smaller projects that aren't like, infrastructural side, things like storage, or for example, I wouldn't say Polygon, because Polygon is infrastructure, but Filecoin anything that has utility that's more akin to like an application instead of full on infrastructure had similar movements.
Okay,
Um,
so what you're saying is, because we don't want to get too far into the crypto,
right.
but is this a good investment for Passport Bros down the line?
I would say it is a solid investment because this is a company that is trying to be legit in a world where there's a lot of scam artists, a lot of shakiness. You know, these guys have a solid team that are in the financial world, in
Because I see
fintech.
I see Kev over there looking at them charts pretty heavy. What you got to say, Kev?
And
Kev
I
looking
know,
at
you, and I know you're
Kev
running
looking at
off
it
of.
heavy, boy.
I'm,
He's looking at
go
it
ahead,
heavy,
bro.
and I get it from the technical analysis standpoint, and I totally get you on that because I mean, hey, most of crypto is full of shadiness and full of
I'm
like
not.
lack
No,
of
no, I'm not.
stability.
I'm not.
But
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Um, I'm gonna give you the short version of what's gonna happen, especially in communications, and especially in Africa, right? So we all know Africa has a client base or user base that surpasses Europe almost as far as like services used and population and resources being used. So I can foresee, you said when you say you got a guy on there from SEC, you have another guy on there from another corporate, 100 company. I immediately think, they're gonna pump this company and then somebody's gonna come buy it. If you look at OpenAI from the inception to about the third month that it was open, Microsoft, Apple, Dell all had multi-billion-dollar offers on the table and they ultimately sold to Microsoft. I'm going to tell you when this thing takes off, that board and panel is going to cash out and this is going to roll over to whatever big bank or whatever investment firm and they're going to piece it out and sell it back to the people that they're trying to get away from. And that's just what it's going to go. Change names to something else. I mean, Telnet coin may be there, but the services are going to get bought out, and that's the reality of it. And I think what guys don't see in crypto is yes, we can build infrastructure on top of it, but ultimately, who's going to own this infrastructure at the end of the day? Because it's not going to be us who pumped all the money into it. At the end of the day, whoever is a part of this, the same thing like a company, IPO of a company. It's the same thing. We're going to pump money into this thing. We're going to believe it. We're going to believe the projects that come out of it. And I'm sorry if I sound like the evil guy. I just want to tell you the reality of it. But we're going to pump resources into these projects, and they're going to be awesome. They're going to regularly be the best thing smoking. And you know what's going to happen? Boom, Western Union is going to come along, but they're not going to say Western Union. It's going to say IMG or IML or whatever investment firm, and they're going to buy this thing. And the people at the top are going to sell it. And you know why? Because we're built on what? Buying and selling, greed
of
and fear.
course, it's
And we're
common
going to take it.
sense.
And this
But
thing
you
is going to
use
be the next
DCA,
thing.
you DCA out. No one's telling people to bag hold this stuff. You
No,
DCA
people
out just like
are.
you don't, and
But that's
that's
what I'm
their problem
saying.
because they're
But
not using real strategies. If you want to bag hold, then you simply
mhm.
bag hold the S&P 500 or you bag hold your index funds. You don't bag hold crypto. Anyone that bag holds crypto, you're setting yourself up for failure point blank. You know, you
But that's
DCA
not what
out.
guys are telling them. They're telling them, "Oh yeah,
And
the
that's
same
why I
the
tell
same
people
argument."
to not get
What
on
I'm saying
listen to
is
news
the
on
same
social
argument
media.
you're telling me now, right? The same thing. The information you're telling me now is based off what I just said. But before I said it, you didn't say that information. You said the projects. You said everything good. It sounded
Yeah,
shiny. As soon as
yeah.
the bad guy comes out, it's like, yeah, you should do this because if you don't do this, you're gonna be wrong. You gotta tell everybody the
And
good
I'm
and the
telling this
bad. It's a
now. I'm
pump and
saying
dump
because you're
on a
saying that
huge
this
level.
is you know,
That's what I'm
well, you can
saying.
say that with anything. At the end of
No,
the
you can't. I
day,
can't
you
say that
have
with
to
Coca
have a
Cola because you know
strategy.
what?
You
Coca
have
Cola
to
gonna be
have a
in business in
strategy.
10 years. People in Mexico drinking it like it's water. I can't
And
say that
that's
with
and
with
that's a whole
Medica.
nother thing.
I can't say that
But
with Kaiser. I can't say that with all these companies that people use and resources and services that are billed. These resources and services are billed. If you work for a law firm, you have services that are billed to you. That's income coming in. There's nothing to tell us that once this project goes where it should go, based on the information that you told me, this project should be awesome. It should be that. But you should tell your people that once that information starts to flow out, they should be looking to get out. But no one's going to tell people how to get out. They're going to tell you how to get in. See, I'm gonna be the bad guy. I'm gonna tell you when to get
You're
out.
not
I'm gonna
being
be
the
like,
bad
boom, boom,
guy.
boom.
You're just being logical, and that's what I'm trying to say here.
But
Anyone
people
that
aren't
plays
logical.
it,
They thinking
and that's their
emotional.
problem at the end of the day. This happens every boom and bust cycle, whether it's in traditional
Yeah.
stocks, whether it's in crypto, whether it's in bond, whether it's in even real estate. At the end of the day, you putting your money up and you're taking the risk. If you don't understand the risk, put your money in a high yield savings account and chill, or do a
And
three
that's what I
fund
should tell. That's what
portfolio,
I've been telling
or
people to
do
do.
or
Put
do
it
a
in that
3 fund
401k,
portfolio,
bro. Don't even
or
risk it because the thing about it is, and all that sounds great, but the thing about it is, you make a logical decision based on all information. If you don't know when to get out of a trade, or you don't know what the factors to look at when to get out of the situation, then how does it become great? You can put all the money in that you want to. It can be an awesome situation, but if I don't know the signs to look out, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, like I said earlier, when the Wahlbergs sold stock in Walmart, that should have been a whoop, 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 whoop. They getting out of here. They taking it at the high, they cashing out, and they moving on to whatever new projects, and they start closing stuff out. That's what
that's
I'm
common
saying.
sense.
It's
And that's
not
common
common sense
sense.
because at that point the market was booming because we had everybody was flush with cash. You couldn't we didn't have any stories on the news of people stealing out of Walmarts, busting windows in Beverly Hills. That wasn't go. Everybody was good. Everybody was drinking. You know what I mean? Everybody was drinking good, living good, right? But as soon as things start, you know what I mean, 6 months later, they already knew that was going to happen. And people are asking themselves, like, why are they selling their stock prices? I'm just giving you one example, but why are they doing that?
I already know about that. I follow this stuff deeply.
Yeah,
All
bro.
I'm saying
I
at the end
mean,
of the
there you
day
go.
is that you need to have strategies. You can't just
You
ride the
gotta
wave
have
forever.
strategy. You gotta have strategy.
And that doesn't matter what investment vehicle you put your money into. You do your own research, have a strategy going in, have a strategy going out. And if you don't want to deal with that, you automate your stuff into high yield savings account, and you automate your stuff into a bogglehead portfolio. If you don't want to do any active involvement, do a 3 fund port. This stuff that has been consistently winning and beating active managed funds. Like if you don't want to put in the work on all these riskier investments, do that and go about your biz. If, like I told the other guy, he doesn't want to read white papers and all that, don't get into crypto, point blank.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do individual investments, because in the stock market, you got to read the finances. If you just say, oh, I'm going to invest in Microsoft, it's a good company, you're playing yourself because you don't know.
Microsoft has had guaranteed growth over the last 20 years. Some
Yeah,
growth. You're not gonna
some
go
growth.
bust with Microsoft.
Yeah. And then it's like, but at the same time, you still have to do some minimum amounts of research to see, like,
But
okay, what am
nowhere
I
near
getting myself
amounts of.
into?
No, I mean,
Well,
nowhere near an
obviously, it could
amount of that. If I could look, if think about it, if I go to work every day and I click my computer and it says Outlook, that's Microsoft. If I go to Excel, that's Microsoft. That's Word, that's Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? If I go to swipe my key card, that's Microsoft. That's networking. That's everything around me. What's to stop me? Your coin or any coin. I'm not just saying your coin, but any coin. Once I click out of my wallet and go about my day, I don't even see this thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what's keeping that in my mind at the end of the day? When I look at Microsoft and I walk out to the world, they are everywhere. They are all around me. They are promoting constantly, selling me, feeding me information, keeping me knowing that okay, that this company is on their grind. They trying to make as much money as possible. I don't know that with the coin, and that's all I'm telling guys. It's fine and dandy, but bro, y'all gotta think about what the next step is gonna be. You know what I mean?
all I'm saying is
Hold
that
on,
you
hold
should.
on. Let me catch the super chat real
Yeah, go ahead,
quick.
bro.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Proto J 4789. That's actually a dope name, bro. Shout out to you with the $5 super chat. He says Solano pump over 40%. LOL. Better believe someone made some profits. Very
Yeah,
true.
if
I
you
think I
bought
lost
if you
money.
bought in when
I lost.
FTX bust.
I actually lost money in Solano. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I want to give a shout out to reality underscore first $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He's just showing support with the super sticker, man. He likes in the conversation, fellas. All right.
But I feel that Microsoft is everywhere, no doubt, and they've had great diversification moving in the cloud and things of that sort. All I'm saying is, since we're focusing on just crypto, I think crypto is a good addition to a larger portfolio because I don't hold just crypto.
Mm-hmm.
That I say if I always like to say that You have your solid funds, your index funds, things of this nature, stuff that you know isn't going to fail you in the long term. But have a little fun, have a little fun, with some thematic
I
ETFs.
just don't like guys selling dreams, man. Don't sell the
No, yeah, I
dream of,
agree.
yeah,
I
you buy
agree.
this and it's gonna blow up and you're gonna be like
I
don't
agree. Yeah.
So
No,
just
people
stay
Kev,
want
in
to be
with
Jim
Kev,
reality.
Cramer.
I remember. Oh man, Bitcoin Bobby gonna be so mad at me when I say this. I'm gonna see you later. I know you watching Bitcoin, but I know you're gonna get
That's
on me when I
right.
see you. But Bitcoin was supposed to be hitting 100K at this point. Am I right, Kev?
That's
Was
what your
supposed to hit
man
like
said.
100K or something. Ain't that what they
That's
was
what your
projecting?
man said.
They've been projecting that mess for ages, bro.
I
And
mean,
and
It's
and it, and it
crazy.
got to
yo,
72 or 68, but it never got quite to
yeah,
that 100K.
it never got to 100K, man. It dropped back out. And
Mm.
again, all you gotta do is look at the charts, man. Time it out with the economy, and it's gonna tell you. I mean, right now it may shoot back up to 40. I'm looking at 40, 45 possibly, but I mean, I don't know what this economy is gonna do, man. I have a
But
feeling that
you do think that crypto is pretty much here to stay, right?
oh yeah, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I'm not saying that. It's not
Mm.
going anywhere. But like RKE said, man, you got to diversify. You can't let these guys just tell you like this is gonna be end all be all. Put your money in here, buy the dip, all this foolishness. I mean, these are all catchphrases, man. Catchphrases don't catch you nothing. You just gotta be logical, do the research, look at the white paper, look at the IPO, look at the finances, understand how to read charts, understand what you're looking at. Don't just look at the news and be like, okay, it's going up. Like understand why. You know what I mean? It's
I feel like you're talking
no.
about me right now, kid.
Nah, not you do, bro. I'm
I'm
just
like, hey,
saying
it
because
went
some
up today.
people,
Shit.
nah, bro. My thing is like I said it before, bro. If they talk about Bitcoin in the barbershop, it's too late, man. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like it's just too late at that point. You have to, if you really want it, you have to be ahead of it. You have to be looking at that financial news every day. You gotta when you scrolling up Instagram, get
But
you
what if you, but
some
Kev,
stuff.
what if you're not one of them guys that's like a market guy? You're not trying to
Okay, let
tap
me
in
tell you.
every day.
Look,
You
this is
just
what you
want to
do, man.
invest in
Look,
something and just not even look at it
this is
for the
what you
next
do,
five
bro. I'm
years.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is what you do. All right. If you serious, right? This is what you do.
Mhm.
If you working a 9 to 5, even if you're not working a 9 to 5, you get you a 401k. You max that bitch out for at least 2 years. You max it out. Then you can bring it back to the minimum, right? You let that run. If you 25, by the time you 35, bro, you're gonna have over 100,000 in there. And then that's your cushion for the rest of your life or whatever you want to do. Invest in a business, you can pull out, buy a house, whatever you want to do. Right? If you want to travel the world, boom, boom. You don't gotta wait that long. You can wait 5 years and you'll have a substantial amount of money in there because it's going to increase. Right. So that's why I tell guys, start there first. Have a nest egg,
Mhm.
have a foundation. Just have a foundation. Then you can go play like RK said. Then you could go play, bro. Because you all right, 2 years, I'm on my grind. If you can't grind out, look, bro, you know how we used to do when we travel, bro. We go to Brazil, we come home, we on that grind because we know what it's
Heavy.
like to get back to where we was at. So, bro, if you traveling, come home, you supposed to be grinding. If you serious, grind. Get you another job, get you a side hustle. But those 2 years, you grind that out. That's your gonna be your struggle years. Those 2 years gonna be your struggle years. After that, you good, you straight, you on everything's good. So after those 2 years, then you start like RK said, playing around with that money because you got foundation now. Then you could get you a girl, whatever, if you want to do that, or you want to get in your travel game. But just in case something happen, or you need some bread, it's already there. You could dip back in there, take from there, and it still keep building. Then you can start looking at, all the insurance. I'm not gonna get on. I don't know all about all that stuff, but the insurance and all that stuff. People start saying, you start looking at that stuff. But you got a foundation of something that's making you some return, month by month. You know what I mean? And then from there, you get into more riskier things. You get into real estate. You start getting into crypto. You start dabbling your hobbies. Maybe you're a car guy. Maybe you want to buy a barbershop. Maybe you want to start a juicing business. Whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's what I would say to guys. You know what I mean? Get that foundation first. So you good. You don't got that stress on your head about where your dollar coming from or where you know what I mean? And even if you leave that job, you just roll it over into a private 401k account and you're still gonna get the interest. So just start there, bro. Just get that foundation and then you can jump off whatever bridge you want to jump off. Oh,
Mhm.
let him miss out.
Now
Yo,
you know, hey,
Travis,
hey,
man,
hey, hey,
like that, bro.
he'll be, he with it
Like
now.
that, bro.
He
You know,
with
I'm out
it
here.
now. He with it.
I'm out here with my juices, baby. I'm trying to get like you, man. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, Travis, man, he stay roasting my ass, but I'm coming down with the weight now, Travis. Come on, pull on up, bro.
Yeah, bro. I gotta
Pull
get on
on
his.
up.
That's my guy right there. He cool as hell.
Yeah, man, he put me on some stuff that really changed my life, man. As a
Oh,
matter of fact, he put Passport Bros on the Tonkat Ali. So
for real?
that's my man.
That's what's up.
Travis, you got something to say, bro? Pull up. Don't be afraid of Cav. Hey, don't be afraid of Killer Cav in the building.
That's the real comp right there. That's the real comp. I gotta hold on. Let me pull
He
my
said
zip.
401k. This fella is clueless. Damn, Kev, you sound like you be saying some real
Hey,
shit though.
bro.
You got another big dog in the building. Hey, one of you guys got to pull up, man.
I ain't
PJ
pulling
Pass
up,
said,
bro.
I hate the term dumb money, but if it's someone invests without learning how to chart, then they are dumb money. Okay.
Listen, man. This is what I'm gonna do for you. Let me stop. Hold on.
Dollar will pull up, man.
That's what I want y'all to do, man. That's what I want y'all to do. Go to my Instagram, bid Nadex. I trade Nadex. Guys don't know what Nadex is. It's just binary options that's regulated by the United States. It's exchange.
Matter of fact, I got you pinned at the top. Let me pin you up at the top.
If anybody wants to know how to read charts, I will show you for free. You just gotta come to. I'll make a Zoom. We could do maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Answer all your questions. If anybody has any questions about charts, how to mark up charts, technical analysis, I will show you what I do for free. If y'all guys want it, go to just DM me. I will show you what I know, my knowledge. I trade binary options 4 days a week. I make between $200 to $250 a day. That's my goal every day. You can watch me, and my guys watch me. Shout out to my man Black Knowledge. He down there meditating too. We trade with him. You know what I mean? So guys want to learn for free. I'm not charging nobody no money. This is free. Just get my DM. We'll get the time together. I will show you. We'll do it live. Answer any question you want, man. Because we got to get this knowledge out here, man. Because guys are just buy this. I don't know what even regular stocks, even whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anything y'all want to learn, man, I will teach you how to draw trend lines, support and resistance. That's all I do. So if you looking at charts and you want to understand, like, hell, I'll show y'all right now. If y'all want me, but now we ain't getting into all that. But yeah, if y'all want to do, like, if y'all want to learn, just hit my inbox, man. I talk to everybody. I'm not no bougie cat. Everybody know me. Aaron know me. Everybody know me. I will help you. But I gotta get that knowledge, man. That is crucial. Learn how to read charts or some type of technical analysis.
All right, let me catch a super chat by D South Crown 35 with a 5 super chat. Once again, I really appreciate that. He said these banks can go out of business and take your money with them. Having Bitcoin can be another option to having money in case that happens. Just saying. I mean, it's insured to what? $250,000? 250,000 it's insured to?
Yeah, 250,000. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why about SVB, basically the government had to step in and bail them out. So, because they didn't even have
You know, the U.S. government still owe Black Americans a lot of money for them freedom the banks. They pretty much
we're never getting that.
They pretty much took all our money out of our accounts, life savings out, and never reimburse Black Americans for that. That shit is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Extremely.
If you start, bro, if you start digging through history, man, it's financial history. It's nasty from the $5 Indians to the, it's nasty what this country does to get land, bro. It's a land grab all the time. It's a land grab. I mean,
Zoo Travel says, "Is the stock market keeping up with inflation?" ?
At this point, it is. I think inflation. The Fed said last was 5% now, dropped down to 5%. So I think it is. I think it's above inflation slightly, but not by much.
Right.
I got to break out here, but it was a good talk.
Somebody said capitalism. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. Usually we keep them under an hour. Appreciate you coming on. What's that? RKE. It was a good
definitely, bro.
Good conversation. Good conversation, brother. Appreciate you coming on.
No problem.
Well, Kev, it look like you still the champ, brother. You know, I know it's not about
Nah.
that, but it look like you still up in
Nah,
there.
bro, it's just about educating brothers, man. I just want y'all to be, I want y'all to be good, man. I don't want y'all to have like, I done been through it all, bro. I done been through the all types of stuff as far as putting money up and doing stuff, and I just think for the younger guys coming up that really want to live this life, because there's guys out there that really want to live this life, bro. Like you, they want to, live that lifestyle. So I want them to have foundation, to be able to do it long term, because we know the OG, he was back and forth. So I want guys to be like, all right, cool. If you're gonna be there, just run with it. You know what I mean? You got your little foundation, you put your time in, you kept it pushing, man. So that's what
Shout
I
out to
want to
Mostly
do.
Money TV. He says Ashton live stream. Shout out to him. He was on the stream with me last night. Appreciate that,
Oh,
Andre.
sweet.
Love and crossing boys. And I want to thank you too, man, because you've been rocking with me for the
Oh, you
longest,
know
bro.
how
You've
it go,
been, yeah, you
man.
was
You
rocking
know.
with me back in the day because how I met you was in the Black Man's Option Facebook group.
Yeah.
I know you're
Yeah,
not associated with it,
I was in there wilding.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, you was
back
in
in
there.
the day.
You was up in there making posts, and Kev
Yeah.
didn't know me from a can of paint, guys. This is how
Nah.
good a character Kev is. And I hit him up. I'm like, bro, how the hell do you travel full time? Like, how are you in DR for months at a time and everything like that?
That was the good
And
old days,
Kev
man.
gave me the game, man.
Yeah.
Kev laid it down for me. He was like, bro,
Yeah.
just find you some, some resources, get your credit
Yeah.
right. We had all types of shows, and Kev was on my show when I might have had 1,000 subscribers, maybe 2,000
Probably.
subs, something like that.
Yeah, I think the group was young. I think the group probably had like maybe 1,000 people in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And you was doing your thing, man. You came to me, you said, I want to do something different. I want to, it's, you came and you had your own idea for stuff. And I was like, that's cool, man. Run with it, bro. Cause that's what it was about at that time. Guys really just, that's how I was brought into the, situation. Even with Charles Tyler, he didn't know me and he took a
Mm-hmm.
gamble on me to show me I was a good dude. And I'm like, well, shit, man, he probably cool. My man Aaron cool, bro. Like, because of course, I still act like, yo, Aaron, he cool. Da, da, da. I asked the Allen or whatever. He's like, yeah, he cool, he cool. I'm like, all right, he cool to me, but I want to make sure, because at that time there was a lot of people that was like coming at me too, like that was just like trying to finagle stuff or whatever. But yeah, bro, you've been cool, man. Anything you need, I'll try to make it for you.
That's
And,
what's
it
up,
is what it
man.
is. I gotta come down and see you, bro. So I'm trying to make that happen
Man,
next year, man.
now why y'all want to come in the show when we about to end the show? Like, you see, look how they do. Yeah, we got a couple more minutes,
Yeah,
man.
man, I got time, bro. What's up? What you want to
Hold
know?
on. Dollar Wheel.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah,
What's up?
man.
I know you about to roll. I just wanted to say that brother just offered y'all a chance to learn for free. Y'all need to hit him up
Oh yeah,
because
come in for free, bro.
cause I'm
For
gonna tell
free.
you, I won't do it for free.
I'll do it for free.
But he'll do it for
Free.
free. So y'all need to not take that for granted because he's giving y'all. I mean, listen, I hear people bashing their teachers and all that. You're gonna have many teachers in this. This is a long process because it's really not about crypto or stock or any particular asset. It's about how money works on planet Earth. Okay,
Exactly.
once you come at it from that standpoint,
Exactly.
you can trade anything. Okay, because I am let's say instrument agnostic. I don't get into conversations about is it better to trade this or that, because it all makes money. You just have to know how to spot the opportunity based on your understanding of how the macro works. And I go by the name Dollar Will, not cause of no street swag or nothing like that. I do it because that relationship between the currency and the commodities runs the world.
Yep.
So if you come, if you under, you gotta. I when I do my education, I teach about that from the global perspective, and that trickles down to basically when you should buy a house, when you should sell one, if the field that you work in is going to be expanding or contracting. You can, all the dominoes line up once you understand that the relationship between the dollar, the commodities, and interest rate. Those three, you get that. You got it. You never have to worry about what should I invest in? Is the trend? Then you get into some trading specific things. I'm an Elliott Wave theory trader myself, but if you get into
Talk
something
to
like
Elliot Waves.
Elliott wave theory, Wyckoff, something major. Even you see a lot of these free videos around from ICT. That's good stuff too. But if you put that stuff in the context of say Elliott wave theory or Wyckoff and marry it with the macroeconomics I just said, you got it. You won't have to watch the news to hear what nobody has to say. Nobody needs to tell you nothing because you can see it all right on the chart. You're talking about the flow of money from one asset class to another around the world. You got the richest people moving money around the world, and you got the countries around the world moving money. And so once you see that action going, you realize that, that's all you need right there, because these trends last a long time. It's another thing. When I teach you, we go back 100 years. See, because what happens is it's really what you're looking at when you're looking at a price chart. You're looking at the collective psychology of humans.
Greed versus fear.
Greed versus fear, and our relationship to the natural resources of the earth. And those resources are subject to oversupply, undersupply, price get bidded up to irrational levels that nobody can afford. And then the price has to crash. And that cycle repeats itself across many generations because countries make trade agreements with one another that last longer than our lifetime. So you have to really understand this. You have to go macro on this level. So all this stuff about why this country's starting to fight against this other country, you start to figure even that out because somebody didn't do a good job of managing their resources. And so they just gonna play Debo and go take somebody else's stuff. And so that's kind of what's going on in a short. But once you see the charts and you see the price start to do something that make a trend change and the side that was losing start to win, all of a sudden peace break out. Okay,
so hold on real quick, Dollar Will, I don't mean to interrupt you, but do you invest in crypto as well?
At this moment I'm not in it, but I'm not against it. At this particular, I'm saying again, I'm not fanatical about anything right now. I'm in the I'm focusing on like the energy space right now. I'm of the opinion that from my study of the charts, and that we're gonna have a pretty nasty one more nasty decline. Maybe I'm talking about the major indexes, the S&P and all that right now.
Yeah, we are
over in the but I mean really short, maybe over the next few days or week. And then I think that the high in this market is not over. I think we
I think so. I think I'm really gonna ride that. I believe you in that aspect because I think that I'm really playing to see what this holiday season really brings. Because at this point, I mean, and what you're saying, everything you're saying, brother, is on point. I think it's gonna go over some brothers' heads because it's really that you talking about some high level stuff.
But they need to get in they need to get with you for the free.
My stuff is gonna be fundamental. They ain't gonna be at that level. This brother talking when he.
But they need to get it. Whatever you give them for free, they need to get it.
But what I'm saying is, I'm seeing Christmas stuff in the stores right now. So what that's telling me is, they pushing heavy right now into this market. But I'm curious to see on the opposite side, February, late January, February, if we do in fact have that short. I think we're gonna have a monetary. We're gonna have that short. You saying because 2 weeks is Thanksgiving, right, and then Black Friday. So we gonna get that pump. I see it. I'm just basing it off the events. But I'm waiting to see on that other side.
And you already know that. I don't know, people listening understand retailers make all the money that's going to last them for the next entire year between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes, sir.
They lose money just about all the rest of the year. They make all the money they need to last them the whole year in that window. So Christmas is like, sorry to brush your bubble. It ain't really about religion in America, okay? Christmas is a holiday for capitalism. That's what it is. And America can't function without it. It's got to have it. That's why they sneaking the Christmas music in on you right now, and we ain't even had Thanksgiving, and we starting to hear jingle bells and stuff come up in commercials. But they got to get our mind in that spending mode. You know
what's funny? Like I'm already seeing Christmas lights up in Medellin, like Christmas lights, Christmas trees being put up.
He
I'm
just
like,
had
damn,
growth.
this is kind of early. It's like 2 months away.
They got to
Because
get
because China pumped it out in July, bro, and they got to get it out there. It's on the boat already.
yeah, but
They
on
already
crypto,
forecasted.
well, just
Yeah.
to focus on crypto, since that's your subject. Historically, you know, my contribution to the whole debate about crypto or whatever, people understand money is whatever power says it is. Okay, just on the just to break it right down. If they say we're gonna be trading seashells, that you can bring seashells to Walmart to get groceries, you're gonna be looking for seashells. Okay, so we got to get out of this whole talk about it ain't real because it ain't backed by nothing. Just eliminate all of that. Okay, civilization itself is a construct. Whatever rules that we can impose and make everybody agree to it, that's what it is. Okay, we live in a created reality. Okay, man, we really are that powerful. All right, and so we've had a barter system, we've had other things function as money. Now we have this thing called fiat currency, because you can walk around and spend $1 and get change, whereas if you couldn't walk around with gold bars in your pocket and get change. Okay, so it's functioning. Now, cryptocurrency, I said for the life of it that it was when it was going on is that the jury is out if it has a future. Right now, I'm encouraged by it. Here's what I meant by that when I said that. It depends on if Bitcoin functions as a hedge against the US dollar. Because if the dollar tanks, which it is doing now, and I think it's going to crater, the dollar going to be worth, I hate to say this, travel bros, listen, travel, and I'm down with y'all. I'm with you, brothers. But if y'all don't learn to trade or learn to read the charts, even if you don't trade, just learn to read the charts, your travel days are over. What's getting ready to happen is the dollar is going to fall to be worth about 50 or 60 cents. So your purchasing power for your dollar is going to tank. And
now, when is this going to be happening?
It's already started. It's in the process of happening. So when I want you to think of me when you hear the Federal Reserve real soon start to say that they're going to cut interest rates. They have the falling dollar is going to force that to happen. And I think we're going to have extremely high energy prices. And I think gold and metals is going to go up. So it's going to shift to that. So it's always something to trade. Once you get on those charts, you'll learn, okay, that ain't working no more. Okay, the money, where'd the money go? So the technicals teach you how to follow where the money left from and where it's going to, and you want to follow that because they're the whales. We just a tick on their ass. Okay, we just trying to catch a ride, follow the trend.
We follow the trend.
And that's really it. But so far, Bitcoin seems to be rising while the dollar is looking pretty nasty, doomed to hell. And so as long as Bitcoin is rising and the dollar is falling, then Bitcoin is proving itself to be the hedge against the dollar. So all the big money countries and whales around the world, they're going to stash their money in Bitcoin while the dollar tanks. Because it's a portable, borderless currency. But again,
if they do that, will Bitcoin shoot up?
Yeah, they're the ones making it shoot up. When you heard about a year ago or so with Goldman Sachs and these other the old money coming into cryptocurrency, that was telling you right there that it's here to stay for now, at least, because they were telling you that we're gonna buy this when the time is right. And so the volume that we've seen in cryptocurrency to date is nothing compared to what's about to come, because the whales are here now. Okay, that was all Pookie and Ray Ray money before. This is the real old money that's going to be pouring into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the major ones like Bitcoin, because that's where they're going to hide their money while the dollar is falling, and they can go to other countries and travel and still access their money, and with a few clicks of a button you can move it. And so they
Okay.
even have like I don't like that term stable coin, but they have a US dollar equivalent. So you can, and so in the beginning they didn't really have that. And I said I personally didn't want to trade Bitcoin until they came out with the quote unquote US dollar stable coin. Because I said I need to be able to run to Bitcoin and from Bitcoin. And so, but now that they have that, they have a place for me to go when Bitcoin is rising, and I got a place to run in the crypto space when Bitcoin is falling. So it's set up now, and all that had to be there to bring the whales over. And so the space is just going to grow, but you really got to learn to read charts. Take this brother up on his free offer. Get whatever you can get from him, and he'll give you a good foundation, and get all he got, and then you find that'll just prepare you for the next person that'll take you deeper. And so you're going to have more than one teacher, but you got to start learning, and don't be so quick to put your money out there, because the money can come fast, but you got to get the knowledge right now. Because if you blow your money and then you get the knowledge, but now you got no money. So that's
a good point. Well, guys, it's been a great show. We got to do this again, probably at least once every 2 weeks, man. Appreciate you coming on, Dollar Wheel. Kev,
right.
Once again, great show.
Anytime, brother.
All right, peace, brother.
Peace.
That was a good show.